B-Dougie here, back with one more video. This is not the last video, but this is another video. I've known about this developer for quite a bit. It's Krishan. I definitely recommend check out his channel. Go subscribe, go like, follow him on Twitter, check out his Twitch. He struck a nerve with me in a very positive way, where I just really enjoy just sitting and listening to him talk about his journey and how he became a developer. This is my first time doing a reaction video. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't, let me know with a thumbs down. But if you do like it, thumbs up. I feel like this was very, very much in the vein of one of my last videos I just created. So I just shipped a video about developer relations, how it's changing. I truly believe it's changing, and I think Krishan is proof that it is. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump in and you can watch the video. All right. The fact that he goes to the extent of doing drone footage of, I guess, but I just want to point out, no one's doing this. If you look at tech, like tech influencers, their content, it's all what I do. It's camera on a tripod, looking at you, talking, and then screen sharing. That's pretty much it. But you know, he put some time into like thinking about, unless he just gets all this B-roll and adds it to every video, which I don't think I've seen repeated B-roll yet, unless I'm just not paying attention closely enough.
What is up? Everyone is
also the setup, the camera, the angle, the lights. Like he puts, is this his living room? I don't know. He puts some quality into his content. Like this is not what you get with the normal standard C920 webcam.
I'm here. I come with some big news, and finally I can tell you what I'm doing for a living, what my new job is, where I work, what I do. Pretty much.
Effort is exactly what it is. Taking time, and honestly, he probably puts way more effort into his videos than I do. A lot of my videos, what I do, I actually mentioned this last stream, I just record videos back to back. Like a lot of people are like, hey, how do you ship some stuff so fast? It's because I just actually plan like 3 or 4 videos. I'll record them all in one sitting, and I'll just change my shirt or my hat and stuff like that to make like the videos look different. So that's my trick. He probably plans like probably a full day and then records. But yeah, anyway.
Now, I'm gonna tell you just a second. But if you really want to know and you don't want to wait, you can check out the timestamp in the comment section. I'll leave it right there for all of you to look.
Also, if you're doing YouTube videos and you are doing timestamps, you're missing out. Most people will drop off your videos within 30 seconds. When you do timestamps and you give them what they want, your actual retention rate goes up too as well. Yeah, and I think he's also reading from a script. I do write scripts. I never look at them. I need to actually start doing that.
But man, everyone, this journey has been insane. My journey from literally 5 years ago, from getting my first job, junior developer, the position I'm in today, and I say this all the time, I make a video like this practically almost every single year. And now,
So, he's not joking. I probably watch all his videos of where he has like big reveals and announcements of getting jobs. He has done a lot of what you normally do, which is like the job hopping, which I don't condemn. I think that's actually a good idea. If you want to raise your salary, the best you can do is go change jobs, or get an offer and bring it back to your job and ask them for more money. Let's go back to the story.
Making a new video of my new job, and this is literally my dream job, everyone. This is the job that I didn't even know existed in the first place, and I'm here.
I already told you what the job is. We all know what the job is. It's in DevRel. All right, so I had to jump in because this is the point where this is where I got to the point where I think developer relations is changing. Krishan, who's doing his own thing out here on YouTube, making videos for 4 + 5 years, which we'll get into that later in the video. But this is the reason. If DevRel can't be on stages, if we can't do conferences, we need to have content out there to help talk about the products, to relate with developers in different ways, and YouTube is where it's at.
Now, I think one of the craziest things about this new position, I'm able to now fully support my mom and my stepdad who live in Vegas, right? Taking care of them, whatever they need help with, while at the same time,
the supporting aging parents, the effort we have to do to take care of aging parents, because a lot of us have parents who don't have retirement accounts, that don't have, pensions and stuff like that. I'm out here in Florida taking care of an 88-year-old grandma. it's a burden. And I think a lot of folks they take it for granted. When we talk about tech stocks and getting developer jobs and like getting 6-figure salaries, like that is something that some folks don't really take for granted when you come from a world of privilege. But when you come from, and I know a little bit about his background because I, again, watched a couple of his videos. When you don't have the privilege or any sort of that sort of safety net where parents can sort of cut you loose and, catch you if you fall. It's hard when you start getting success and you need to start, taking care of parents, because otherwise it's either them or you on the street. And like, I can't do that for my parents, can't do that for my family. So it's a burden, and it's a burden that some of us has to carry. So heart goes out to him for taking care of his parents.
Getting my very own place in a state far away from them. The fact that I'm able to support them, and not even just them, myself, my dogs, and even my brother lives with me now, and not have to worry at all makes a huge difference in my life. I mean, the fact that, honestly, to be honest and to be frank with you all, my one job when I was working entrepreneur, it didn't pay enough to live comfortably in California. At least because they paid me well enough, but because I was in debt, it was hard to like keep up with all the bills. But now, what's even more insane is the fact that while paying for my parents' bills, while having my own place, my bills, I can still, and I will be able to pay off 100% of my debt, everything, in 6 months, while taking care of all of it. This is so huge because I personally feel like I was in this debt track forever. I always felt like for many years that I would never be able to get out of this. But because of the situation that came up, this opportunity that's come in my life, I'm able to do all that. And the reason...
I think one thing that cannot go unsaid, debt is something else that as us underprivileged folks sort of just trying to get by, a lot of folks who come out of boot camps, they end up leaving the boot camp in debt. Like, I think his boot camp was App Academy. Like, you go in debt to them with like your first 2 years of salary. Like, it's a nice thing that they give, but it's also like, it's a huge burden, especially a lot of boot camp students in the last year, they lost their jobs, their first jobs, because of the pandemic. So it's challenging, and it's like a kind of a huge weight and pressure, which a lot of like folks, they're not really getting out of under it. So I met a lot of bootcamp students who end up just going back to where they came from as far as career wise, because they couldn't make it because of the debt and because of the pressure to keep your first job.
I'm sharing this because I know there's so many people out there like me who are struggling with debt, who felt like it was so hard to keep up with it, even if I was being paid.
Also, what kind of dog is that? Labradoodle? It's a cute dog.
Well, in California, it wasn't well enough to be able to pay off all my debt as fast as I wish I wanted to. If I never got laid off from my job, my mid-level position, I'll tell you this, I would not be where I am today. If they did not lay me off, I would not have challenged myself to build my own business. I would have not.
I missed that. He got laid off. If you aren't already subscribed to stuff, definitely subscribe to stuff. Like, look what he's doing. It got him a job.
Have challenged myself to get a good job out there. But just because I got laid off, and just because I had the courage to quit, I'm in the position I'm in today. Why? Because I always chose happiness first, number one. Well, the number one reason I became a developer, I became a dev, was because of health insurance. But aside from that, being able to take care of my health, which is number one, of course, happiness has to come first. And because I've always chased that, I feel like I'm in the position I'm in today. I didn't chase money. It's not about being as rich as you want to be, right? That will not make you more happy, I think, than a lot of people out there. Although it does help make life more convenient, money doesn't make me happy. But taking care of my family, my dogs, myself, knowing my future is...
Yeah, he's definitely hitting folks in the feels, man. Let's keep going.
Literally taking care of is what makes me happy. And this all happened because I stopped being lazy and decided to reach for something that did not seem reachable. I tried to obtain something that did not seem...
Sorry, I want to mention something in the lazy bit. I know what he means when he says lazy, but there are certain things you got to do, especially if you're really trying to sort of break in and reach this sort of level. Like, this guy's got 80,000 subscribers on YouTube. Not teaching you Docker. He's not teaching you, like, he's just basically sharing his story and inspiring other folks. And I think he's like I think he cuts with the same cloth as Danny Thompson, the guy who career changer as well. This sharing stories and this encouraging other people to just get out there and try it. But the thing about being lazy too as well, like, I don't think this guy's probably, I mean, you don't see a TV behind him, but I don't think he's probably sitting around watching, binging WandaVision or Netflix shows. Yeah, this is just a lot of opportunity there to go do. And like in the last 2 months, what's up? Dahan, welcome. Thanks for the yo. The thing is, like being able to have that opportunity to like learn and really sort of double down and sort of like break into the role and the jobs that are out there. It starts with not watching Netflix. It starts with watching YouTube videos, learning from others, getting on Twitch, looking over people's shoulders, and like this is why I think DevRel is completely going to be changing in the game, because I can go watch the what is it? Evan Yu, basically. I could go watch him live stream with me. You should definitely check out that video. And share about his latest and cutting edge thing, which is Veet. It was a Veet 2.0 just came out. He's like building this whole next generation front end tool. He basically told you all the tips and tricks and secret to how to use it and why you should use it. If you take Veet and apply that to your job, and you basically cut your developer server hot module replacement time from like 30-second builds to 0 seconds, imagine what that would mean for your career as a junior developer. The thing is, you got to be in the right place at the right time. And Henry, you're in the chat. I only know about that because I was on Twitter and he tweeted about that. So I invited him on the stream, and then he showed it to me, along with 430 other people. Actually, overall, it was like 2,000 people who showed up. But what I'm getting at is, you just got to be there. You got to put yourself out there, and it's got to be less TikTok and more, well, I mean, if there are TikTok people who are teaching how to code, definitely do that, but more focus.
Say, shoot for the stars and hit a star. Well, I shot for the stars, and I ended up hitting a really good star, if that makes sense. That's because I stopped being lazy and I started believing in myself. And even though I doubted myself almost every step of the way, I kept going because I knew if I gave up, nothing would come out of it. But if I kept going, even if I may not end up reaching where I wanted to be, I'll be at somewhere place better than where I was 5 years ago. And I'll tell you this, I definitely am. Okay, so let's go straight into this right now.
All right, here we are.
Asking me, I've got.
I love when people always. So I've made a couple of YouTube videos where it's like, okay, now let's jump right in, and then we do like we have 4 minutes of monologue and intro. I'm not cracking on Krishan, but I just know it's something that we always do as people who rank YouTube accounts or YouTube videos. It's like, let's just jump right into it. But also, let me tell you about why you should like and subscribe.
I've honestly received hundreds of DMs, comments.
Oh, nice.
Might be working now. A lot of questions. Now, one thing I want to share and note is that if you follow me on Twitch, you would have known this 2 weeks ago. I announced on Twitch where I work, what I do for a living, and everything.
The one thing I want to put about Twitch, this guy originally was only YouTube and made the switch from Twitch. There have been so many YouTube people who try live coding on YouTube, and it's this awful platform. Like, you don't get I got the whole chat integrations and everything like that. Folks coming in and doing the yos. That's really hard to do on YouTube. Their API is not great. Twitch is where the community's at. YouTube is where the money is at. So you got to be doing both right now. I don't know if that's going to change in the next 6 months or a year. But right now, if you're going to live code, you're going to do these like recording reaction videos, Twitch. I did a podcast 2 weeks ago, and we had like probably 2 people show up, which is not a big deal. I just don't think that's the place where people know where I'm at. But y'all are in here chatting, giving tips and tricks and dropping links. This is where it's at. It's in Twitch.
On Twitch, and I announced this 2 years ago. So if you haven't yet, make sure you follow me on Twitch. I'm gonna give you a second. Link in the description below. No, the very first link. Make sure you check it out.
Call to action. That's exactly what you need to be doing.
Okay, please. Can you? Okay, fine. You don't have to. I get paid as if I live in Silicon Valley, which is absolutely amazing. That's the number.
There you go. See that? He's getting paid a Silicon Valley salary, living in the Southeast.
Oh, that's the dream job. I mean, that alone is insane. How many people are able to do that? Well, I guess a lot of people now because of, what happened in the world in 2020. But aside from that, the company that I work for is New Relic. New Relic, honestly, is absolutely amazing. What happened?
New Relic. I do know New Relic. They got started. I think they got started in Portland. Sorry, I need to actually look this up. New Relic. Oh, San Francisco. Dang, I was completely wrong. I always thought Portland.
Tweeted on Twitter that I'm looking for a new job. I'm very fortunate that tweet went viral, and I mean viral, like a lot of retweets, a lot of.
Wait, hold on. Let's look at this. I don't know if I follow him on Twitter.
A few moments later.
And within just a week, I think, yeah, maybe like a week or maybe 6 days after I shared that tweet with the world, I got a message from.
I do want to point out though. Also, thanks Henry for the correction. New Relic started by a Canadian, and so anagram for Wu Cerns, New Relic. I wonder how long it took him to to figure it out. Also, if you're watching this after the fact and you're not actually in the Twitch chat, definitely follow me on Twitch, BWO. Link in the description below. So that way we can have this conversation. We do a little Q&A after. What was the thing I was looking for? Oh, his Twitter. How many Twitter followers? Because I wonder. Okay, so he has a huge following, but not like the Danny Thompson like 150K or whatever he's got. So he's got a bit of tweets, but I think he's got the right people following him. I wonder if I got any followers I know. Yeah, so Danny, he's up there. Look at him. I'm just outing everybody, everybody who I follow. The guy put himself out there. He's been making pretty quality content for like, at least in the past year, his level of YouTube videos have gone up like tremendously. So like he's doing the right thing, and that thing got him his most likely 6-figure paying job in the southeast of the United States. So
Manager telling me that I was brave. I had courage to do what I do. He's impressed with that or something like that. I don't remember exactly word for word. And then he told me about this position. And honestly, I'll tell you this: I did not know if it was real. I did not know if this was legit. If this was a real.
The thing is, he put himself out there. His current manager reached out to him directly. But what I'm getting at is that I don't know, man. You just gotta put yourself out there. Answer DMs, be polite. If you don't want the job, always be polite. You never know what that's going to be. My story is someone reached out to me very similarly to him for my first job through a Twitter DM because I happened to be tweeting and following the right people. I cannot say it enough. I don't even have the mod. The mod chat is not up.
Or someone was trying to take my information and then take my money, which I didn't have much of. Because of my tweet, they went to my profile. They saw my content, my YouTube and everything. And that this person, what's really cool about this person, if you want to know, his name is Jonan. And this human being, I'm so thankful that I'm even able
I jumped up.
This position. And honestly, I'll tell you this, I did not know if it was real. I didn't giving value to you all in regards to helping people realize that they can become developers. As you know, for the last couple of years, my goal, my job here on YouTube, not job, but this is what my passion has been, was to help people realize that they can become developers, whether you have a degree or not, whether if you think you're smart or not.
We got the same goals.
Anyone can learn code. Depends on how much you want. And of course, if you love it, that's the number one reason, right? And what's cool is that the one line that he said to me that hit me so much, and this will stay with me, honestly, probably until the day I die, is that he said he wants the bag person, right, who bags your groceries at the grocery store to realize that they can become a developer. They may not realize it, but maybe they can become the next Bill Gates. But they just need someone to help them. And then he even mentioned how the other half of the world does not even have internet. Now imagine how many aspiring developers will be out in the world when
there's a whole wealth of the developers, folks who can do your CSS, can do your connecting your Redux stores and doing web programming, mobile programming, DevOps. Like all that stuff is available and at your fingertips. And all we need is someone to show us that we can do it. And I think what he's getting at is Jonah reached out to him specifically because he is that voice for those folks, because he came from a place where he wasn't a developer. He didn't get a college degree. And I'm talking about specifically Krishan. He is the model. He's what everybody can strive to be and be successful in that way. And I think I love the fact that people are reaching out to people on YouTube. People are just getting started, just trying to figure it out. I would highly recommend, if you aren't doing YouTube content, you're sort of just up and coming, like you don't mind doing videos, you don't mind live streaming, like add a little bit of polish, add a little light in the back that's a little out of focus. I don't know how many times people ask me about this light on Zoom calls and are like, hey, your camera or whatever, can you turn off that light? And I was like, no, I did that on purpose. Anyway, what I'm getting at, add some flair, add some effort, do some planning, teach me the basics of Git. Like tell me about Git Stash, make a video about it. Tell me about JavaScript runtimes. If you don't know anything about it, go learn it, create a video, and then do it. And that's exactly what Krishan's done for the past year, past 4 years, actually 5 years at this point. But he just put himself out there. He's been sort of just doing it. And I think what's funny is if you look at a lot of his old content too as well, you just don't see. Sorry, we're gonna end his video, but I do recommend watch the rest of that video. It's inspiring. It's inspiring for me, someone who wants to grow a team at GitHub and hire people and stuff like that. Like I love the fact that people are doing that. But the guy's pulling in he's pulling 10K views on videos, which is like, but the guy's just out here grinding, making videos. His thumbnails are all nice, clean, crisp. They look great. He's just doing all the stuff you should be doing as a YouTube person. I'm just trying to look back to see the quality of his content. It's just always, actually, it's been a couple years. Okay, now this looks like cell phone camera video. Like legit, the guy's been grinding for, and you don't see this. Most YouTube accounts, you have like 7 videos. If that, maybe you have 3. Like I'm starting a YouTube account and you never do it. This guy just kept posting and posting and posting. And eventually he got to the point where now it's sort of paid off for him. And like, I don't think when he did this, when he created, so this one's actually probably the most viewed video he has, 300. Oh no, this one's actually 488. But what I'm getting at, he just kept at it. He kept with the effort, he kept with the quality, and now he's basically paying, well, he's receiving dividends on that. So that sort of ends that sort of reaction video, whatever series that I was just doing. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. I love the fact that there's stories out there that are positive and that people are winning. I hope that we see more of these happen in the next 6 months. Hands down, I know this is going to happen. I know we're going to see more developers get hired from their YouTube accounts, from their Twitters, from all of the above. So that was a podcast. Also, everybody, if you aren't following them, definitely head over there, follow them as well.